The nearest landmass is Cape Hatteras on the United States coast, 1,050 kilometers to the west. To the east, you have to cross more than 4,800 kilometers of open ocean before reaching the coast of Morocco. There are no neighboring island chains to offer shelter, and no bridges back to the mainland. This geological cross-section shows that the island is the summit of a massive underwater volcano, topped with a 60-meter cap of highly porous limestone. This creates a severe challenge. Bermuda has absolutely no fresh groundwater, no rivers, and no natural lakes. Any rain that falls filters right through the porous rock and mixes with the salty, brackish seawater deep underground. Without any surrounding land masses to break the wind or absorb the weather, this dry patch of rock sits directly in the path of violent Atlantic hurricanes, facing down powerful storms from every direction. Despite having zero natural resources and no natural source of drinking water, over 60,000 people live here, maintaining one of the highest standards of living on Earth, while managing a $1.5 trillion global economy. The story of how they built that wealth defies every conventional rule of geography. To survive on an island that cannot hold water, early settlers turned every single residential home into a unified rainwater harvesting machine. This architectural cross-section shows the system in action. Rain hits the stepped ridges of the roof, which slows the flow and funnels it into side channels that lead to a large subterranean tank. The white limestone reflects the intense sunlight to keep the home cool, while its heavy weight helps the roof withstand hurricane-force winds. This engineering is so vital to survival that it is codified into building law. Every new home is legally required to include a subterranean tank, with a capacity directly proportional to the total area of its roof. Adapting to such a severe physical deficit forced the island to develop a foundational culture defined by hyper-efficient, meticulous resource management. That same mindset applied to their economy. Lacking extractable resources or fertile farmland, early Bermudians used native cedar to build lightweight ships, taking the very ocean that isolated them and turning it into a trade highway between continents. Today, that maritime trade has evolved, but the wealth it generates is carefully hidden. In Hamilton, a strict zoning law dictates that no commercial building can rise higher than the Cathedral of the Most Holy Trinity, keeping the financial center low-rise and painted in modest pastel colors. Inside those modest buildings, financial experts are running the global reinsurance industry. This flowchart shows a homeowner paying a U.S. insurer, who transfers risk to a Bermudan reinsurance firm. Their expertise in modeling Atlantic storms means when a massive hurricane hits, Bermuda's deep capital reserves safely absorb the financial shockwave, keeping the global system stable. This single island manages over 1/3 of the entire global catastrophe reinsurance market, holding assets worth approximately $1.5 trillion. Bermuda achieved its prosperity not by extracting resources, but by monetizing their own existential threats and managing the world's natural disasters. Despite its trillion-dollar reach, the day-to-day reality on the island remains incredibly intimate. To prevent total gridlock, a strict 1951 law limits every household to a single car. Because of this restriction, the island's morning commute is entirely defined by the quiet hum of thousands of scooters. People travel short distances to work at a pace that allows them to recognize and wave to neighbors along the way. That distinct identity even dictates corporate culture. What started as a way for British military officers to survive the heat eventually evolved into formal business attire. Today, politicians and financial executives regularly close billion-dollar deals wearing the standard combination of blazers, ties, knee-length shorts, and high socks. Beyond the boardrooms, the community preserves the historical weight of the Gombe dance. These masked performances were created by enslaved Africans to secretly preserve their artistic voices and origins against systemic suppression. Bermuda used its economic development to insulate and fund its local traditions, preventing the island from dissolving into a generic, globalized financial center. But capital cannot erase the physical realities of the ocean. Almost every basic necessity, from fresh food to building materials, must be imported on ships crossing thousands of kilometers of rough sea, keeping the cost of living consistently high. The island also faces unyielding natural threats. Every year brings the danger of Atlantic hurricanes, while a changing climate brings the growing concern of rising sea levels, slowly encroaching on this low-lying rock. Despite these physical limitations and daily frictions, the people here actively choose to remain, building their lives and memories on this isolated rock. It forces us to reconsider the meaning of wealth. A nation's true prosperity is not dictated by subterranean mineral deposits, vast oil reserves, or endless stretches of fertile plains. Bermuda represents a triumph of human adaptability, proving that an economy's greatest asset is its ability to engineer a thriving world out of absolute limitations.